Hello, welcome to this quick video showing you how the Biopsychology Project Saturn experiment works. First thing you need to do is navigate to this web page. This should take you to here where you can click on the Project Saturn experiment. You can watch this video here, and then there's a FAQ to help you if you're struggling with any aspect of getting it working. So if you click on the Project Saturn experiment, so it will start loading up Unity WebGL. If you haven't got Unity WebGL, you should see something which will take you to a web page to install it, but you do need to have that installed before this will work. It should work on Mac and Windows. Once this bar has finished filling up, then it will take you into the main screen. At that point, you will be able to click on this Project Saturn button down on the bottom, and this can make it full screen like that. Depending on your system setup, it might not run particularly smoothly in full screen. It just depends what hardware you're using. For this, I'm going to keep it minimized. So you've got your data extraction button down here. You can go through that after you've completed the experiment. You've got the high scores here if you want to have a look and see what the high scores are and what you want to try and achieve when you're playing the game. But to actually get into the game itself, if you put your name in here, click on Start. When it's loading up, you should see a loading bit of information down in the bottom corner here, just to kind of give you an idea of how far along it's got. So this tutorial is basically going to just teach you how to do the mini games. It will give you an idea of how each one gets completed. There is a tutorial which you'll be running through yourself as well, but this just kind of give you a bit more of a visual idea of how to complete each one of the mini games. Right, so that's now loaded up. This is the tutorial you'll be doing. You'll get all this information here for you to read through. Try and make sure you read it kind of carefully. It will tell you what you need to do. So if for some reason you can't progress, the chances are you've just missed something that you need to click on next. So in this instance, it's telling you to go to the highlighted in pink buttons on the side. And this is how you move around the space station. So that one goes that way, and then over to the other side. Now I've done both of those, it'll move on to the next bit. That's just telling you about the minigame buildings when they are available to play. You'll see this blue circle around them, and you just click on them and it will take you into the minigame. If at any point you need to exit a minigame, there is an exit button up in the top right that will reset whatever you're doing and take you back to the main bit of the base. I'll just click on that there. Right, so this is the first minigame. Straightforward. Put your mouse cursor over the valves, hold down the left mouse button and then drag to the left. Don't go round and round, just drag it all the way to the left. You'll see it spin, you'll see the white marker going up. Same with the other one, drag it to the left, it will go up. If you drag either one of them to the right, it'll start going down. And the idea is you need to get that white marker up into this area up here using both of these valves. Once it's there, there's a button down on here. When it's green, you can click on it, and that's the end of that minigame. So if you have a look up here at the top left, you can see the ore collected. So this is basically kind of the score you'll be getting. So this is what you'll be aiming to get as high as possible. You can see these little sort of markers on each one of these buildings. When it's up in the green, then it's collecting lots of ore. As this drops down, it collects less and less. When it's in the red, you're losing ore. So the idea is to keep all these buildings up in the green as much as possible. So just click on that one at the top there. There's your timer. You'll have 2 minutes for each level. When 2 minutes is gone, then it will move on to the next. Just click on that. And now all the other buildings have come online, so you can see all them, and we can practice those ones. So this one you have to bounce the yellow beam all the way across to this area. So you do that by putting the mouse over one of these deflectors and left clicking, holding it down and just moving to the left. Very similar to the game we've just done. And then you move down to the next one, hold down left mouse button, move the mouse and it rotates. It will rotate in both directions, only a certain amount. And the idea is to try and bounce that beam all the way across. If you get to a point where you think the beam's not going to work, you can go back and you can readjust. That's that one completed. Right, next one, just a simple sequence game. So you've got waste, water and recycled up at the top there, and that one's in yellow, that one's in blue, that one's in green. So what we have to do is click on these buttons, turn them all to the same colour as the thing on the top there. So yellow, waste, keep clicking through these. Yellow now, you'll see on the side you've got a visual indicator on the right there telling you how many you've got right. And the final one's green. And that's all there is to that one. You see when the buildings are failing, you get all the smoke and fire and stuff to give you a visual indication of something's going wrong. Right, for the next one, it's more of a numbers based game. So you'll see food needed, clothing needed, and medical needed. You've got these numbers underneath it. You have to match the yellow numbers up to the red ones. You do that by using these clickers here to select which one you want to work on first. So we'll do the food needed, and we just use these buttons here to make these yellow numbers go up. So we need 9,534. So click on the 1,000 9 times. Move down to the 100 5 times, down to the 10 3, down to the 1 4. There we go. If you go too far, then you can use these negative ones on the side here, and I'll get rid of them. You want to work on the next one, click it on, and just start clicking away. Get to that number, so not too far. And the final one. Once you've got the numbers correct, you click on the send button just here. If it's wrong, it'll just beep at you and you have to figure out where you've gone wrong. If it's right, it'll do that. And the final one, you have to drag these blocks into these blue hold areas. You do that, put the mouse over it, left click, and drag. Now wherever you grab hold of these blocks with the mouse will affect how you drag it. There's a little bit of gravity trying to pull these blocks in. So if I let go here, you can see it's starting to try and pull it in. So I'll click on the top, move it over, let go, there, it's clicked in, it's gone green. I now can't touch that one, that one's ready. So the next one, I'm going to grab that at the top corner, move it there. So gravity's already sort of trying to pull it in, so if I put it there, you see pulling it in. Now I'll grab it at the bottom so I can shift it down, and there it slots into place. And that's all there is to the game. So there'll be 5 levels to do. On the first level there'll only be 1 mini game you can access. On level 2 there'll be 2, on level 3 there'll be 3, and so on to level 5. Go into each mini game as many times as you can. Every time you complete it, you'll get a bonus and more ore, and try and keep all those buildings in the green, and you'll get a pretty high score. Cheers.